Bigelow.
Well, what'd I do now?
Nothing. I, just thought you'd want to know. There's trouble.
Huh. Thought you said I didn't do nothing.
Oh, no, not you. I can't tell you where I heard it, but I heard things ain't going so good for your kinfolk down on Earth.
It's trouble? Is it Julie?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Was it my boy?
I told you I don't know.
Well, now, ain't that just dandy? Here you take the trouble to tell me there's trouble down there, but you don't know what kind of trouble it is. Huh. Do me a favor. Will you go bother somebody else while I finish these stars?
All right. I just thought you might want to go down there. Maybe help.
Who, me? You gone loony or something? How?
Well, everybody's got a right to go back for one day.
They have.
Sure. That's the only reason I told you.
Hey, come here, hey. Not that I'm interested in going back there, but just in case I should be, who gives out this permission?
The Starkeeper.
Him, huh? Well, I'll think about it.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I was. I heard my family's in trouble down there. Somebody tried to tell me if I came up here and see you, why, you'd give me permission to go back for one day. Is that a fact?
Yes. But as I recall, Bigelow, when you first got here, you waived that right.
I did?
Yep, pretty sure, but let's look at the record. Here we are. Bigelow, question. Is there anything on earth you left unfinished, Mr. Bigelow? The reason I ask is you're entitled to go back there for one day if you want to. Answer. As long as I'm here, I might as well stay.
I said that?
Why, you don't think this book's incorrect, do you?
No. Well, that's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. You know, sometimes we make exceptions in special cases.
Special cases? Oh. You mean if a guy led a good life, he'd deserve a break. That kind of thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I know the answer already.
Do you now? Now, how do you know how we judge things up here?
Just be wasting your time and mine.
Simmer down now, Billy. You're forgetting. Here there is no time. This is the beginning and the end. Why don't you tell me about yourself? What did you do down there?
What'd I do down there? Oh, you mean what'd I do for a living?
Well, you can start there if you want.
Well, I owned this carousel.
You what?
Look, if you know the story, what do you want to hear it again for?
Oh, I don't know the story, but I can see through you like a pane of window glass. Now, why don't you start over?
Well, I worked for this lady who owned the carousel.
Ah.
But I was the main attraction. I was, wasn't I? Every night, girls would gather around, music would be playing, carousel would be going round and round. The whole Midway would be packed with people. And I'd be standing up there. Hurry, over this way and... Come on, everybody. Hurry. Ride on the carousel. The most beautiful carousel you've ever seen. And this year it's faster and faster. And give you a life to ride on a lifetime. 15 minutes for you. 5 cents is all. 5 little cents. 10 cents on your life. I can give you everybody gets a ride. Everybody on your horse and tell me what you think of it.
Scared of her? Listen, you little... I got one more thing to tell you. If you ever so much as poke your nose in my carousel again, I'm going to have you thrown out. Right on your little pink bustle.
You got no call to talk to her like that. She ain't doing you no harm.
Oh, ain't she? I suppose you think I want to get in trouble with the police and maybe lose my license.
What is the woman talking about?
Letting my barker fool with you. Ain't you ashamed?
Oh, I don't let no man.
He leaned against her all through the ride.
He leaned against the horse, but he didn't lay a hand on me.
Oh, no, Miss Innocence. And I suppose he didn't put his arm around your waist, neither.
But suppose he did. Is that a reason to go and have a capuleptic fit?
You mind your own business, you hussy.
Go on back to your old carousel and leave us alone. leave us alone.
I don't run my business for a lot of sluts.
Who are you calling a slut? Slut yourself.
Yeah, slut yourself.
Shut up! Jabba, 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 jabba. What's going on anyway? Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn or popping on a shovel.
Mr. Bigelow, please.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. What's the matter?
I want you to take a good look at that girl, Billy. She ain't never to be allowed on my carousel again. Next time she tries to get in, if she dares, I want you to throw her out. Do you understand? Throw her out.
All right, all right. Well, you heard what the lady said. Come on. Come on home. Shoot. Get.
Come on, Julie.
No, I won't.
Would you like a nice, cool drink, Billy?
Sure.
Mr. Bigelow, tell me, please, honest and truly, if I come back to the carousel again, would you throw me out?
What'd she do anyway?
She said you put your arm around my waist.
Oh, well, here's something new. Can't put arm around a girl without first asking permission. Is that how it is?
No, I just don't want that one around no more.
Huh. You come around all you like, see? You ain't got the price. Billy Bigelow will treat you to a ride.
Oh, big talker, ain't you, Mr. Bigelow? I suppose you think I can't throw you out, too, if I want to. You're such a good barker, I can't run my business without you. Is that it? Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required. You're bounced. See?
Very well, Mrs. Mullen. Very well.
Well, now you know I could bounce you if I felt like it.
Well, you felt like it just now, so I'm bounced.
Well, now, you don't have to pick up every word I say. I only said that
Said that my services were no longer required. Very good, Mrs. Mullen. We'll let it go at that.
All right, you devil. We'll let it go at that.
Mr. Bigelow, if she said
You
she's
keep out of this.
But I don't want this to happen on account of me.
Apologize to her.
Aha! Me apologize to her for what? For giving my carousel a bad name?
The day you bought the carousel, Mrs. Mullen, it got a bad name.
After all I've done for you, that's what... Now
Go
I
on.
am through with you.
Go on.
For good, do you hear?
Get!
Through for good. And I won't take you back like I done before.
What will you do now, Mr. Bigelow?
Well, first of all, I'll go get myself a glass of beer. Whenever anything bothers me, I always drink a glass of beer.
Then you're bothered about losing your job.
No. Only about how I'm going to pay for the beer. You pay for it? You? How much money you got?
43 cents.
You. I asked you how much money you got. Oh. You don't need to cry about it. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Tell her to stop crying.
Carrie,
Well, that's better. I'm going over the carousel and get my things. Hey, you know that bench down the road? The one by the water. The last one, by the tree. I'll meet you there. And then we'll go see about having that drink. It's all right. Keep your money. This time I'll pay.
Julie? Huh? I've been busting to tell you something lately. You have? Reason I didn't care to tell you before was, well, because you didn't have a feller of your own. But now that you got one, I can tell you about mine. Oh, I'm glad you got a feller, Carrie. What's his name?
His name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round-bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. most perfect beau, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round-bottomed boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all it can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days, when I marry Mr. Snow. The flowers will be buzzing with the hum of bees. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's off to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, a-driving to a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, well, Mr. Snow, here I am. Then I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything'll be as right can be, a-living in a cottage by the sea with me. For I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafaring, bold and daring, big be-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr.
Carrie, I'm so happy for you. Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't want to be late. Carrie, this is where he meant us to wait. You sure? Yes. It's awful quiet here, Julie. Yes, it is. Hardly anyone ever goes past here.
Do you think the stories about him are true?
Probably.
Well, what are you girls doing here?
You told us to wait for you.
I meant she was to wait. You can go home.
Why, Mr. Bigelow, if you think either one of us would stay here with you alone...
Oh. Oh, Mr. Bigelow, it's late. If Julie stays, she'll lose her job.
Lose your job because you stay out late? Where do you work?
At Bascom's cotton mill.
All Bascom's girls have to be respectable. We all have to live in the mill boarding house, and if we're late, they lock us out, and we can't go back to work there anymore.
Is that right? They bounce you if you ain't home on time?
That's right. It's late, Julie. We ought to go. Are you coming? Should I go, Julie? I can't tell you what to do, Carrie.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Julie.
Goodbye, Carrie.
Well, now we're both out of jobs. You had your supper?
No.
You, want to eat out in the pier?
No.
You don't come around the carousel very much, do you? I only seen you 2 or 3 times before today.
I've been there much more than that.
Is that right? You see me?
Yes.
Do you know I was Billy Bigelow?
The girls told me.
You got a sweetheart?
No.
Now, don't lie to me.
I haven't any.
Why, you stayed here the first time I asked you to. You wouldn't have stayed so quick if you hadn't done it before. What'd you stay for, anyway?
So you wouldn't be left alone?
Holy smokes, you're dumb. I don't need to be alone. I can have all the girls I want. Don't you know that?
I know, Mr. Bigelow. All the girls are crazy for you.
Well, it's more like it. You know what you remind me of? A girl I knew at Coney Island. Tell you how I met her. We was just putting out the lights one night when...
Is that you, Miss Jordan?
Yes, Mr. Bascom.
Whatever are you doing out at this hour?
Well,
You couldn't be home in time now if you ran all the way.
No, sir.
And what's it your business?
Mr. Bigelow, this is Mr. Bascom. He owns the mill.
I don't care what he owns. You ask me, he owns a lot of nerve. What rights he got coming in like this?
What's going on here?
Oh, good evening, Timony.
Evening, Mr. Bascom. Are you having trouble?
Oh.
Him having trouble? Ask me. I was just sitting here with my lady friend, not bothering nobody. When old Sideburns here come up
Here
and he
now,
says...
Bigelow, don't be calling Mr. Bascom names unless you're fixing to get yourself in trouble.
You know this fellow, Timony?
Yes, Mr. Bascom. We have a report on him from the chief of police of Bangor. He's a pretty fly gazebo. Works on carousels. Makes a specialty out of pretty young'uns like this. Gets them all moony-eyed. Promises to marry them, then takes their money.
I haven't got any money.
That's right, she ain't.
Oh, you found that out already.
Julie, you are a young and inexperienced child, and I've decided to give you one more chance. I'll take you back to the house myself and explain everything to the matron. Come, my child.
Well, don't stand there like you didn't have good sense.
Do I have to go with you?
Well, no, you don't have to.
Then I'll stay.
After I warned you.
You see, Timony, there are some you just can't help. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Bascom. You. I ought to throw you in jail.
What for?
Dunno. Wish it did.
Well, and then what?
Huh?
You were telling me a story. You were just putting out the lights when...
Oh, yeah. Well, just as the lights went out, someone come along. Was this little girl, the one with the Tell me something. Ain't you scared of me? I mean, after what that cop said about me taking money from girls.
Well, I ain't scared.
You're a funny kid. Well, you want to go into town and dance?
Oh, no. I have to be careful.
Of what?
My character. See, I'm never going to marry.
Huh?
Well, a girl who don't marry has got to be much more particular.
About what? Who she's seen with?
Oh, no. No. About not letting other people get the wrong impression. See, if I was going to marry, it wouldn't make so much difference.
Oh. Suppose I was to say to you that I'd marry you.
You?
That scares you, don't it? You're thinking about what that cop said.
No. Why, I never paid no mind to what he said.
Well, you wouldn't marry a fella like me. Anyway, would you?
Yes, I would. If I loved you. Why, wouldn't make any difference what you. Even if I died for it.
How do you know what you'd do if you loved me? How you'd feel, or anything?
I don't know how I'd know. But I know how it'd be if I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't.
But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me. Off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to loved you.
Well, anyway, you don't love me. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yes. I can smell them. Can you? The blossoms. The wind brings them down.
There ain't much wind tonight. Hardly any.
You can't hear a sound, not the turn of a leaf, nor the fall of a wave hitting the sand. The tide's creeping up on the beach like a thief, afraid to be caught stealing the land. On a night like this, I start to wonder what life is all about.
And I always say two heads are better than one to figure it out.
I don't need you or anyone to help me. I got it figured out for myself. What are we? Just a couple of specks of nothing. Look up there.
Why, you can't even count the stars in the sky, and the sky's so big the sea looks small, and two little people, you and I, we don't count at all.
funny kid. I don't remember ever meeting a girl like you. Hey, you trying to get me to marry you?
No.
Well, then what's putting it into my head? I wonder what it'd be like.
If you loved me? But you don't.
No, I don't.
But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to know. I love you. If I loved you.
Well, anyway, I ain't the kind of a fellow to marry anybody. Even if a girl was foolish enough to want me to, I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, Billy.
Who's worried?
You're right about there being no wind. The blossoms are just coming down by themselves. Just their time to, I reckon.
Well, you being Julie's only kinfolk, I thought you'd want to know. Ain't seen that Barker from the carousel, neither. He got bounced, too.
If you ain't got any better than them.
Oh, I got better. Could be accidental, them both disappearing at the same time. All the same, it does look mighty peculiar.
Nobody in our family ever did anything to be ashamed of, Clem Hoops. Now, you just find me a couple of good big lobsters or get. Julie! Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I was wondering where you been.
I've been getting married, Cousin Nettie. This is my husband, Billy Bigelow.
Your husband?
It's a fact, Nettie. Look.
It's pretty.
Solid gold plated.
I'm pleased to know you, Mr. Bigelow. And I wish you both all the happiness in the world. I'd have said it sooner, but it's kind of a surprise. It takes a little getting used to.
Me, I never got used to it. I just couldn't get the hang of being married.
Was that Julie's fault?
I didn't say that. But maybe it wasn't my fault either. There's only one carousel in town. I couldn't go back there. I didn't have a job.
What did you live on?
Her cousin Nettie. To be perfectly honest with you, I tried...
I would be if I were you.
All right. I didn't mind living off her cousin Nettie. It was just having nothing to do that drove me crazy. Well, a couple of months went by, and it was June. Everybody was getting ready for the first clam bake of the season. Excepting Julie and me. Everybody was having themselves a whale of a time.
June is busting out all over the meadow and the hill. Buds are busting out of bushes and the romping river pushes every little wheel that wheels beside a mill. June is busting out all over. The ocean is full of jacks and jills. With her little tail a swishing, every lady fish is wishing that a male would come and grab her by the gills. Because it's June, 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 June. Just because it's June, June, June.
Fresh and alive and gay and young, June is a love song sweetly sung.
June is busting out all over. The saplings are busting out with sap.
Love has found my brother Junior, and my sister's even loonier, and my ma's getting kittenish with Pat.
June is busting out all over.
The sheep aren't sleeping anymore. All the rams that chase the ewe-sheep are determined there'll be new sheep, and the ewe-sheep aren't even keeping score.
Because it's June, 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 June. Just because it's June, June, June. It's June, June, June. Just because it's June, June.
March went out like a lion, whipping up the water in the bay. Then April cried and stepped aside, and along come pretty little May. May was full of promises, but she didn't keep 'em quick enough for some. And a crowd of doubting Thomases was predicting that the summer'd never come.
But it's coming, by gum, you can feel it come. You can feel it in your heart, you can see it in the ground.
You can hear it in the trees, you can smell it in the breeze.
Look around, look around, look around.
June is busting out all over. The ladies, the men are paying court. Lots of ships are kept at anchor just because the captains hanker for the comforts they can only get in port. June is busting out all over. The moonlight is shining on the shore, and the girls who were contrary with the boys in January aren't nearly so contrary anymore.
Because it's June, just because it's June, June, June.
Looking for somebody, miss?
My husband. They told me he was with one of your hens, Jigger Cregan.
Could be, ma'am, but I ain't seen him. The whole crew's gone ashore.
Oh.
They was figuring on going on that clam bake. Maybe you can catch up with them there.
Thank you, sir.
She gone?
Yeah. Billy, is that true? Is there a clam bake today?
Yeah. First one of the year.
Yeah. Why don't we go?
What for?
We'd come back rich. That's what for.
Rich? From a clam bake? Huh, you'd be the first one.
Jigger's been the first one lots of times. What you need's a glass of beer. Come on, I'm buying. That clam bake's just what I've been waiting for.
You couldn't find him, could you?
No.
Hello, Julie.
Hello, Carrie.
Julie? Is Billy working yet?
No.
Mr. Snow says a man that can't find work these days is just bone lazy.
Billy don't know any trade. He's only good at what he used to do.
So now he just don't do anything. You know something else, Carrie? Last Monday, he hit her.
Nettie.
Did you hit him back?
Oh, no.
Why would have? Why'd leave him?
You don't understand, Carrie. You see, he's unhappy because he ain't working. That's why he hit me Monday.
Fine reason for hitting you. Beats his wife because he ain't working.
Is this before the clam bake, after, or what?
It's while the clam bake's going on. Now, once we're out there, suppose me and you get in a boat and come back in and did whatever we had to do. Then we got back. There's your alibi. We could just say we were on the island all the time. We got lost.
All right. What do we have to do? I mean me. What do I got to do?
Well, first you go up to old Sideburns and you say, "Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the time?"
I say, "Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me the time?" Then what?
Then by that time I got my knife in his ribs. Then you take your knife.
Me? I ain't got a knife.
Well, you can get one, can't you?
Does he have to be killed?
No, he don't have to be, but these New Englanders are funny. They'd rather be killed. Well?
I ain't gonna do it. It's dirty.
What's dirty about it? Kill him. What's the matter with you, Billy? We ain't gonna kill him. We're just gonna scare him. That's what the knives are for, to scare him.
I ain't gonna do it, Jigger.
Of course, if you got all the money you want and you...
I ain't got a cent. Money thinks I'm dead.
Julie, I got some good news to tell you. about you and Mr. Snow?
Carrie and me been crying to church on Sunday.
Mr. Snow, you startled me. Well, this is him. Carrie told me a lot about you.
Oh, I told you a lot about Julie, didn't I? Enoch's nice looking, ain't he?
Oh, come, Carrie.
Steady and reliable, too. Well, ain't you gonna wish us good luck?
Of course, I wish you luck, Carrie.
You can kiss Enoch, too. Us being such good friends. And me being right here looking on at you.
Why are you crying, Mrs. Bigelow?
It's because she has such a good heart.
We thank you for your heartfelt sympathy. We thank you, Mrs. Bigelow.
Billy! Billy! You know Carrie, and this is her intended, Mr. Snow.
Mr. Snow?
Mr. Bigelow? I feel like I know you.
Oh, yes. The man who owns the herring boat. You smell it over there, Jigger? Nope, wind's in the wrong direction.
It's a good, honest smell.
It's a powerful, honest smell.
Carrie, you still want me to offer him a job?
What job?
Mr. Snow here is thinking of putting on another boat, and I was going to ask him to offer you a job on it, but now...
Me? Work on a herring boat? No, thanks.
Enoch, come along before you lose your temper and do something violent.
Well, go ahead. Say it. I insulted your friends. Stayed out all night. I ain't working. I'm living off your cousin Nettie.
I didn't say anything.
No, but it was on the tip of your tongue.
I was only going to ask if you wanted to go to the clam bake.
It's a good idea, Billy. You've been acting kind of nervous and edgy. Who knows? Maybe you might find the treasure.
No, ain't going to no clam bake. Well, you got anything else to say?
Like what, Billy?
Well, like whether I'm hungry or not.
I didn't have to ask that, Billy. I knowed you was hungry. You go and sit down, and I'll bring you your dinner. Do you want to see somebody?
Yeah, Billy. That is, if he's home yet.
He's home.
Would you be asking too much to know where he is?
My husband is around the other side, waiting for his dinner.
Thanks. Hello, Billy.
What'd you come for?
Well, I see you're still hanging around your jailbird friend.
What's it to you who I hang around with?
One thing I can't abide is a common type woman.
Everybody that gets mixed up with him finishes up in the jailhouse or the grave.
Common woman. Put on a new coat of paint. You're starting to peel, old pleasure boat.
Well, what are you doing here? You got a new barker, ain't you?
Why don't you stay home and sleep at night? You look awful. Here, come on, put your hair back off your forehead.
Oh, leave my hair be.
I, hear you've been beating her. Now, if you're sick of her, why don't you leave her? There's no use beating the poor thing.
Who beat her? What's all this darn fool talk about a beating? I hit her once.
Oh.
Now the whole town is talking about... Next one I hear say beat, I'm gonna smash.
All right, I take it back. Look, I don't want to get mixed up in this.
Beat her. As if I'd beat her.
What's the odds, one way or the other? Why don't you look at the thing straight? You're sick of being married.
Carousel ain't crowded without me, is it?
Oh, Billy, you see, you belong out there, and you know it. You wasn't cut out for a respectable married man. You're the artist type. You belong among artists. Tell you what, Billy. You come back. And I'll give you that ruby ring my husband left me.
I don't know. Yeah. I might go back. Yeah. Yeah, I could still live here with Julie and,
Holy Moses.
Well, what's wrong?
Well, can you imagine how the girls would love that? A barker who runs home to his wife every night. Oh, why, people would laugh themselves sick. Well, I know I would.
Yeah, I can hear you laughing.
Don't be so stuck on yourself.
You want anything?
Brought you your dinner. Billy, I got something to tell you.
All right.
I've been wanting to tell you. In fact, I was going to yesterday.
Go ahead.
I can't. We gotta be alone.
Can't you see I'm busy here? I'm talking business.
It'll only take a minute.
Get out of here.
I tell you, it'll only take a minute.
You get out of here.
No.
What did you say?
I'll let her alone. She's got something to tell you. And you got something to tell her. I'll be back in a minute.
Well?
Don't look at me like that. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of anyone.
Go ahead and tell me what it is. Make it quick.
Well, I can't tell you so quick. Why don't you drink your coffee?
Is that what you come to tell me?
No, but by the time you drink it, I'll have told you.
Well?
Well, yesterday my head ached, and you asked me if...
Yes?
Well, you see, that's what it is. I'm gonna have a baby.
Julie.
You ain't mad, Billy, are you?
Should you be walking up them stairs?
Sure, Billy.
Here, let me help you.
I'm all right. I'm fine. Just as long as you ain't mad.
Round in circles.
Here. You'll be wanting an advance on your salary. That's only fair. Now, you've been out of work a long time.
Go home, Mrs. Mullen.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Go on back to your carousel. Go on, go on.
You mean you ain't coming back with me?
Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen.
What did she tell you? Some lies about me, I'll bet.
No.
Nothing about you. It's about me, and Julie, and... As a matter of fact, Mrs. Mullen, I'm going to be a father.
You? You, a father?
Goodbye, Mrs. Mullen. Hey, Jigger. Jigger. Julie's gonna have a baby. Well, what about it? Nothing. My mother had a baby once.
I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man. I guess he'll think I can lick every other feller's father. Well, I can. I bet that he'll turn out to be the spitting image of his dad. But he'll have more common sense than his pudding-headed father ever had. I'll teach him to wrestle and dive through a wave when we go in the mornings for our swim. His mother can teach him the way to behave, but she won't make a sissy out of him. Not him, not my boy, not Bill. Bill. My boy Bill, I will see that he's named after me. I will. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bully will boss him around. I don't give a hang what he does, as long as he does what he likes. He can sit on his tail or work on a rail with a hammer and spikes. He can ferry a boat on a river or pedal a pack on his back or work up and down the streets of a town with a whip and a horse and a hack. He can haul a scow along a canal, run a cow around a corral, or maybe bark for a carousel. Of course, it takes talent to do that well. He might be a champ of the heavyweights or a fellow that sells you glue or president of the United States. That'd be all right, too. His mother would like that, but he wouldn't be president unless he wanted to be. Not Bill. My boy Bill, he'll be tall and as tough as a tree. Will Bill, like a tree, he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground. And you won't see nobody dare to try to boss him or toss him around. No fat-bottomed, flabby-faced, pot-bellied, baggy-eyed bully will boss him around. And I'm hanged if he'll marry his boss's daughter, a skinny-lipped lady with blood like water, who'll give him a peck and call it a kiss, and look in his eyes through a lorgnette. Say, why am I taking on like this? My kid ain't even been born yet. I can see him when he's 17 or so, and starting in to go with a girl. I can give him lots of pointers, very sound, on the way to get round any girl. I can tell him... Wait a minute. Could it be? What the? What if he is a girl? Oh, Bill. Bill. What would I do with her? What could I do for her? A bum with no money. You can have fun with a son, but you gotta be a father to a girl. She mightn't be so bad at that. A kid with ribbons in her hair kind of sweet and petite, little tintype of her mother. What a pair, my little girl, pink and white as peaches and cream is she. My little girl is half again as bright as girls are meant to be. Dozens of boys pursue her, many a likely lad does what he can to woo her from her faithful dad. She has a few pink and white young fellers of 2 or 3, but my little girl gets hungry every night, and she comes home to me. I gotta get ready before she comes. I gotta make certain that she won't be dragged up in slums with a lot of bums like me. She's gotta be sheltered and fed and dressed in the best that money can buy. I never knew how to get money, but I'll try, I'll try, I'll try. I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die.
Wish you could come, Julie.
I'd rather stay home, really. You go and have yourself a good time.
Julie! Julie! Thought you'd gone.
I ain't going on the clam bake, Billy.
What do you mean you ain't going? Of course you're going. We're both going.
But you said...
Forget it. I mean, that was before. Gotta have a celebration, ain't we?
Oh, Billy, I'm so glad. I'll see if Carrie and Mr. Snow have room for us. Oh, but you wouldn't want to go with them, would you?
Well, sure I would. You're putting the craziest ideas into my head. First, I don't want to go on the clam bake, and now I don't want to go with Carrie and Mr. Snow. Go on, ask him. Go on.
All right, Billy.
Change your mind, huh?
Yeah.
Good. Get the knife?
No, I haven't got. No.
Don't worry about it, mate. Here's your coat.
Billy! Billy! It's all right. Come on.
Coming, Julie.
See you later, mate.
Mr. Snow.
Hello, Bigelow. Cast off the stern line.
after the baby's born, maybe we could go to San Francisco. We'll take the kid with us, of course.
Sure, Billy, sure.
You think I'm just talking, huh? You'll see.
Carrie, can you imagine how it'll be when all the kids are asleep upstairs? You and me sit alone in the firelight. Me in my armchair. You on my knee, maybe.
Maybe.
When the children are asleep, we'll sit and dream the things that every other dad and mother dream. When the children are asleep and lights are low, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you. We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true.
Children are asleep, we'll sit and dream
all alone
the things that every other dad and mother
dream that won't be interrupted when the children are asleep and lights are low.
Oh, behold, if I still love you the way I love you today, you'll pardon my saying I told you so. When the children are asleep, I'll dream with you.
Dream with me.
We'll think what fun we have had and be glad that it all came true.
When today is a long time ago, you'll still hear me say that the best dream I know is
when the children are asleep, I'll dream with you.
Butter's melted.
This was a real nice clam bake. We're mighty glad we came. The victuals we ate were good, you bet. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling prime. This was a real nice clam bake, and we all had a real good time. Remember when we raked them red-hot lobsters out of the driftwood fire? They sizzled and crackled and sputtered a song fitting for an angel's choir.
Fitting for an angel's, fitting for an angel's, fitting for an angel's choir.
We slid 'em down the back and peppered 'em good and doused 'em in melted butter.
Then we tore away the claws and cracked 'em with our teeth, 'cause we weren't in a mood to putter.
Fitting for an angel's, fitting for an angel's, fitting for an angel's choir.
Then at last come the clams.
steamed under rockweed and popping from their shells. Just how many of them galloped down our gullets, we couldn't say ourselves. Oh, this was a real nice plan, mate. We're mighty glad we did. The pickles we ate were good, you bet. The company was the same. Our hearts are warm, our bellies are full, and we are feeling pride. This was a real nice land, mate, and we all had a real good time. We set it afar and we'll say it again. We all had a real
Enoch,
Yeah?
you found the treasure last year, so it's your turn to hide it now. Enoch. And while Enoch's hiding the treasure, all the rest of you get to work and clean up this island. Can't leave it like this for the next picnickers that come.
Here it is,
Go
Enoch.
again and get to work, the whole kit and caboodle of you. Burn all that rubbish.
It's a well-set-up little piece, that Carrie.
Look, ain't it near time for us to start?
No. We'll wait till they start the treasure hunt. Then we'll go together like a team, see, and then we'll get lost together, like I said. Did you get the knife?
No.
We'll go ahead and take one.
Somebody might see me.
Take it so they don't see you. I got some sweet business to transact. Miss Kippridge.
Mr. Cragen. No fair peeking.
Well, I didn't come here to find no treasure.
You didn't?
No, I come here to protect you.
You did.
What are you doing out here alone? Don't you know it's dangerous? Suppose I was a different type of feller. You know, unprincipled. A feller who'd use physical strength to have his will. There are such men, you know.
I know, but
Every girl ought to know how to defend herself against brutes like that. Now, there are certain holes in wrestling I could teach you. Tricks that'd land a masher flat in his face in 2 minutes.
I ain't strong enough.
Oh, it don't take strength. It's just a matter of balance. A twist of the wrist. A dig with the elbow. Here, let me show you a simple one. This might save your life someday. Now, suppose a feller gets a hold of you like this. Now, you put your 2 hands on my neck. Now, pull me towards you. That's it. Now, pull my head down. Good. Now, put your left arm all the way around my neck. Now, squeeze hard. Tighter. Good girl.
Does it hurt?
Oh, you got me helpless.
Show me another one.
Right. Here's how you can pick a feller up and send him sprawling. Now, I'll just stand here and you get a hold of... No, wait a minute. I'll do it to you first, and then you can do it to me.
All right.
And you just stand still and relax. This is the way firemen carry people.
It is?
You see how helpless you can make a feller if he gets fresh with you?
Hey,
Oh, Miss Kittredge, I'm just crazy for you.
Mr. Cragen.
Why, just to see your lovely smile, I'd swim through beer with my mouth closed.
Oh. Hello, Enoch. This is the way firemen carry people.
Where's the fire?
He was just showing me how to defend myself.
It didn't look like you'd learned very much by the time I came.
That's because you came too early.
In my opinion, sir, you are as scurvy a hunk of scum as I ever see near the water's edge at low tide.
What's all the fussing and fuzzling and wuzzling about?
I never thought I'd see the woman I'm engaged to being carried out of the woods like a fallen deer.
Oh, no, No, Enoch, he wasn't carrying me out of the woods. He was carrying me into the woods. Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh, I think we have said all we have to say. I can't abide women who are free, loose, and lollygagging, and I certainly would never marry one.
Enoch!
Oh, let him go, Carrie. You don't know when you're lucky.
You keep out of this. Oh.
Enoch!
Oh, Carrie, you could never be happy with a man like that. I'm only telling you for your own good, believe me.
I never see it yet to fail. I never see it fail. A girl who's in love with a virtuous man is doomed to weep and wail.
Stonecutters cut it on stone, woodpeckers peck it on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good.
Oh. Nice talk.
My mother used to say to me, when you grow up, my son, I hope you're a bum like your father was, 'cause a good man ain't no fun.
Stonecutters cut it on stone, woodpeckers peck it on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who thinks he's good.
'Tain't so, 'tis too.
'Tain't so, 'tis too.
Will you not say you forgive me? Please say you forgive me.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone with my shattered dreams. They're all I have left.
I got it. What? The knife. Oh, look, ain't it about time?
Sure. Hey, Nettie.
Nettie, when do we start that treasure hunt?
Right now. Get your partners, 2 men to each team. You got half an hour to find the treasure, and the winners can kiss any girls they like.
Billy! Billy! Billy, are you going with Jigger? Don't you think that's foolish?
Why?
Well, neither one of you knows the island good. You ought to split up and each
Now,
of
look.
you go...
We're partners, see? Let's go, Jigger.
Stonecutters cut it on stone, woodpeckers peck it on wood. There's nothing so bad for a woman as a man who's bad or good.
Julie! Oh, Julie. God, it makes you wonder, don't it? Yes, it does, Carrie. And yet...
What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? Or if you like the way he wears his hat? Oh, what's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? He's your feller and you love him. That's all there is to that. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, and now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your feller and you love him. There's nothing more to say. Something made him the way that he is, whether he's false or true. And something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. So when he wants your kisses, you will give them to the lad. And anywhere he leads you, you will walk. And anytime he needs you, you'll go running there like mad. You're his girl.
You ain't gonna use the knife.
Nah, I told you it was just to scare him.
What if something happens?
Something goes wrong.
Look, suppose when we die, we'll have to come up before... Before who? Before God.
You and me, not a chance.
And why not?
What's the highest court they ever dragged you into?
Just police magistrates, I guess.
Sure. You never been up before a Supreme Court judge, have you?
No.
It's the same thing in the next world. For the rich folks, the heavenly court and the high judge. For you and me, police magistrates. For the rich, fine music and chubby little angels.
Won't we have any music?
Not one blasted note. All we'll get is justice, and there'll be plenty of that for you and me. Say, come on, let's play some cards. It'll pass the time. We'll play 21. I'll bank.
What do you bank? I ain't got any money.
You can play on credit. I'll deduct it.
From what?
From your share of the money. If you win, you can deduct it from my share.
Bascom will have 3,000 on him. That's what he usually brings to the captain. Only tonight the captain don't get it. We get it. 1,500 to you, 1,500 to me.
Go ahead and deal. I'll bet 50. Make it 100. Enough.
21.
This time, double or nothing.
Double or nothing 'tis.
Make it enough.
21.
Are you cheating?
Do I look like a cheat?
500.
Say, you're a plunger, ain't you? Yes, sir.
I'll take another. Too much.
That makes 700 you owe me.
700. Double or nothing. I'll stand.
21. A natural.
Why, you stinking crook. You're cheating. I ought to...
Billy Bascom. Go, the time.
Excuse me. Say, excuse me, sir. Could you tell me the time?
Give me that one and be quick.
Look out, he's got a gun. Either one of you, drop that knife. Ahoy there! On the Nancy B! Captain Watson! Captain Watson! Drop you! There's another bullet in here for you. Look behind you. What do you see coming?
2 policemen.
You wanted to know what time it was? I'll tell you. For you, it'll be 10 or 20 years in prison.
They ain't gonna put me in no prison.
Where do you think you're escaping to? The sky? That's one of them. The other one escaped up Maple Street.
Hey, you. Come on, get up. You all right, Mr. Bascom?
Yes, Captain Watson. Yes, I'm all right.
Come on, get up.
Why, those fools. Those silly fools. They tried to rob me. They didn't notice that I was coming from the ship, not to it.
Say, this man's hurt bad. He must have fell on his knife.
The money they tried to kill me for is locked up in your safe. The fools.
You, get a doctor. Get something to put under his head.
What's that?
Folks coming back from the clam bake.
Stay back, please. I wish you'd go around the other way.
What happened?
We had an accident. A man was hurt.
Who is it?
Billy Bigelow.
Please go back.
Billy Bigelow.
Billy Bigelow was hurt.
Billy! Where is he?
Please stay back.
He's my husband. Billy. Billy.
Julie. Little Julie?
Yes.
Something I want to tell you. I couldn't see anything ahead. And Jigger told me how we'd get a hold of a lot of money, see? And maybe go to San Francisco.
Yes.
Tell the baby, if you want, that I had this idea about San Francisco.
Yes.
Hold my hand tight.
Oh, I am holding it. All the time.
Tighter. Still tighter.
Sorry, Lady. Where is he? Where is he? I must see him. Oh, please, please.
Sleep, Billy. Sleep. Sleep peaceful, like a good boy. There's something I never told you. I'm scared you'd laugh at me. I'll tell you now. I love you. I love you. I love you. Nettie, what am I gonna do, Nettie? What am I gonna do?
Do? Why, you gotta stay here with me so I can be with you when you have the baby. Main thing is to keep on living. To keep on caring what's gonna happen. Do you remember that sample you gave me? Do you remember what it says?
So that's the way it was.
Yeah.
When you first got here, you had the right to go back for one day, and you didn't. Wasn't there anything you wanted to do down there?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to break Jigger's head. As a matter of fact, it's still a good idea.
You won't find Jigger down there anymore.
You mean he's here?
No. He didn't even get this far.
Hey, tell me what do you got him doing?
That's not your concern. Bigelow, you left your wife having a baby coming with nothing to support him. Why'd you do that?
I couldn't get work. And I couldn't bear to see her.
You couldn't bear to see her cry. Why don't you come right out and say it? Why are you afraid to use the right word? Why are you ashamed you loved Julie?
I ain't ashamed of anything.
Then why did you beat her?
I didn't beat her. I hit her.
Why?
Well, we'd argue. She'd say this, I'd say that, and she'd be right. So I hit her.
Are you sorry you hit her?
I ain't sorry for anything. Look, I told you before, I ain't no special case. If I can't go back, just say so.
I didn't say you can't go back.
No, but you didn't say I could either. You're just trying to make me sweat.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what good you could do if I let you go back. You know, your daughter's down there. She's unhappy. She needs help.
My daughter? My baby? It's a girl? My baby's a girl?
No, she isn't a baby anymore. She's 15 years old.
And she ain't happy, huh?
No, she ain't, Billy. She's a lot like you. That's why I think maybe you could help her. Do you want to take a look at her?
Could I see her from here?
Sure you can if you want to.
She ain't happy. I don't want to look.
Well, right now she appears to be having a fine time. Yes, there she is, running along the beach there. Got her shoes and stockings off.
Like I used to do, huh?
Yeah. Don't you think you better take a look?
Well, what do I have to do to see her?
Just look and wait. And the power to see her will come to you.
Is that her?
Pretty, ain't she?
My little girl, huh?
Let's go, Billy.
All right, Billy.
Can she see me?
Only if you want her to.
My father bought me my pretty dress.
My father would have bought me a pretty dress, too. He was a barker on a carousel.
Your father was a thief.
Why'd I have to look? Poor kid, I know what she's going through.
Something like what happened to you when you was a kid, ain't it?
What'd I come down here for?
To help her, ain't that so? Come on.
Julie managed all right, I guess.
Yep, she had to. She's got a lot of grit, Billy.
Come along, children.
Mr. Snow. Children.
Morning, Miss Bigelow.
Morning, Miss Bigelow. Well, it's so nice to see you. Won't you come in?
Thank you, no, Miss Bigelow. Afraid we haven't time. Just came by for my wife. We have to stop at the minister's house on our way to the graduation. I tell you. Carrie, we're waiting.
Coming, I heard you.
You'll be to the graduation, won't you?
Well, of course I will. Louise is graduating too, you know.
Carrie.
Oh, I'm coming, Enoch. What's a rush? I was telling Julie about that musical extravaganza we saw in New York. I'm a tomboy, just a tomboy. I'm a madcap maiden from Broadway.
We also saw Julius Caesar. Ain't that a better show to tell her about?
Not for me. Why, I took one look at them men in nightgowns and went right to sleep.
Goodbye, Miss Bigelow. Come along, children.
Goodbye, Julie.
Pa,
Goodbye,
can I stay and talk to
Terry.
Louise?
No.
Just 5 minutes.
Let him.
Very well. 5 minutes, no more. Still lollygagging. You'd think a woman with 9 children would have more sense.
If I had more sense, I wouldn't have 9 children.
Oh, Louise, your graduation dress is finished. You won't forget to come in and have it fitted.
I won't forget, Mother. Did you have a good time in New York, Enoch?
Oh, yes. We went to the top of the Statue of Liberty. We went to the aquarium. We went to all the theaters.
Enoch.
Huh?
Come here. Can you keep a secret?
Sure. What's the secret?
I'm going to be an actress. There's a troupe coming through here next week. I met a feller. He says he's the advance man or something. And he says he'll help me.
You mean run away?
Shh.
I won't let you do it.
Well, how'll you stop me?
I'll marry you. That's how.
Will you, Enoch?
Sure. Of course, it'll be a little hard persuading Papa to let me marry beneath my station. But I'll do it.
Beneath your station? Don't bother persuading your papa about anything. I wouldn't have that stuck-up buzzard for a father-in-law if you give me $1 million.
You're a fine one to talk about my father. What about your own? A cheap barker on a carousel. He even beat your mother.
You get out of here, you sleeky little loudy doll. I'll kill you.
If I want her to see me, she will. Little girl. Louise.
Who are you? How'd you know my name?
Somebody told me you lived here. I knew your father.
My father?
And I heard what that little pumpkinhead said, and it ain't true. None of it.
It is true. All of it.
Did your mother tell you that?
No, but every kid in town knows it. They've been throwing it up at me ever since I can remember. I wish I was dead.
What'd your mother tell you about him?
Oh, she's told me a lot of fairy stories about how he died in San Francisco. She's always saying what a handsome feller he was.
Well, he was.
Oh, was he really?
Well, he was the handsomest fellow around here.
You really knew him, did you? And he was handsome? What else about him? Do you know anything else good about him?
He used to tell funny jokes at the carousel, and he made people laugh.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What else?
Look, I want to give you a present.
I can't take presents from strangers. My mother wouldn't like it.
I don't mean you any harm, child. Just want to give you something.
Don't you come any closer. You go away. You scare me.
Don't send me away, dear. I just want to give you a present. Something pretty. Something wonderful. Psst.
What's that?
A star.
Go away.
Please, darling, I just want to help you.
Don't call me darling. Let go of my hand.
Please, dear, I just want to make you happy. Take it.
No.
Please.
No.
Please, dear.
No. Mother! Mother!
Failure. You struck out blind again. All you ever do, get out of a difficulty, hit someone you love. Failure.
Where is he?
I don't want her to see me.
Then she don't.
She looked like she saw me before I said that.
Oh, he's gone. I didn't make it up, Mother. Honest, there was a strange man here, and he hit me hard. I heard the sound of it, Mother, but it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all. It was just as if he kissed my hand.
Go into the house, Louise.
What's happened, Mother? Don't you believe me?
I believe you.
Then why don't you tell me why you're acting so funny?
Oh, it's nothing, darling.
But is it possible, Mother, for someone to hit you hard like that? Real loud and hard. And not hurt you at all?
It is possible, dear. For someone to hit you hard, and it not hurt at all.
Julie. Julie.
Longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. Now I've lost you. Soon I will go in the mist of day, and you never will know how I loved you. How I loved you.
She took it. Took the star. Seems like she knew I was here.
Julie'd always know.
She never changes.
Nope. Julie never changes.
But my little girl, my Louise, I gotta do something for her.
Well, so far, you ain't done much.
I know.
Time's running out.
But it ain't over yet. Look, I want an extension. I gotta see the graduation.
All right, Billy.
Enoch Snow, Jr. Miss Louise Bigelow. Our speaker this year is the most popular, best beloved man in our town, Dr. Selden.
He reminds me of that fella up there, that star keeper.
Hey, a lot of these country doctors and preachers remind you of him.
It's the custom at these graduations to pick out some old duck like me to preach at the kids. Well, I can't preach at you. I know you all too well. I brought most of you into the world. Rubbed liniment on your backs, poured castor oil down your throats. I only hope that now I got you this far, you'll turn out to be worth all the trouble I took with you. I can't tell you any sure way to happiness. I only know that you've got to go out and find it for yourselves. You can't lean on the success of your parents. That's their success. And don't be held back by their failures.
Listen to him. Believe him.
Makes no difference what they did or didn't do. You just stand on your own 2 feet. The world belongs to you as much as to the next fella, so don't give it up. And try not to be scared of people not liking you. Just you try liking them. And just keep your faith and your courage, and you'll turn out all right. It's like what we used to sing every morning when I was a boy at school. Maybe you still sing it. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. You know that one?
And don't be afraid of the dark.
Believe him, darling. Believe.
At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of
I loved you, Julie. Know that I loved you.